Those of you who want a little bit more animation, check out Button Broadcaster. We're going to talk to Joe next.
It's Geekazine's coverage of NAB 2014, and it's brought to you by our friends over at Otherworld Computing, celebrating 25 years.
Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers with Geekazine over at Geekazine.com and YouTube.com/Geekazine. We're here with Joe over at your digital jukebox, and you've got the Button Broadcaster here, which is this nice big screen right here. That's going to help. Well, it mostly helps radio stations, but it also can help a podcaster put together their soundboards and do their shows.
It's got a full feature set. So yes, internet broadcasters or live audio. Anywhere you just need playback of live audio. So the way it's set up is there's hotkeys. You just drag a bunch of audio files onto buttons, and then you can click on them as you want. And then there's a stack component to it. So you can drag stuff from the buttons, build a stack. You can auto-seg through the stack. So if you got 4 or 5 elements or whatever that you want to just automatically play, you can do that. But everything can be live. Okay. So if I've got a mic, and it doesn't matter if I'm doing a podcast or live event, everything is just at my fingertips, and I just play things back as I need to.
Now this is perfect because there's so many times that you say something, and it's just like, how many times do you have to say it? Well, you can actually set it up so you don't have to say it 100 times. You let the program go, especially like a commercial, and you can have 2 or 3 commercials in there as you're going through maybe a stream or of course a show like a podcast or a video cast.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you've got a structure to something, say there's like an open and you got produced elements, and you don't want to just with audio editors, a lot of times you have to open them up, search through your file folders, import them in. This it could be in a stack, and we can save a playlist. So if you're doing different podcasts or whatever the show might be, you load the playlist, and the stuff is right there at your fingertips. So you could have a nice produced, open, and then you come on, you do your show, you have a nice close, and everything's bundled together, everything's at your fingertips, everything's instant.
Of course, if it wasn't for our sponsor, none of this would be possible. That's why I'd like to thank our friends over at OWC, Otherworld Computing. They have a lot of great stuff. If you've got a MacBook that you just put Mavericks on, you want to increase memory, maybe put an SSD drive in there. Or a brand new Mac Pro that you want to increase memory, but you don't want to pay Apple prices, check it out over at OWC. They've got great prices at fractions of the cost that Apple would have. You can get your memory, you can upgrade your memory, you can put in SSD drives. There's even a way, did you know that if you have an old computer, maybe a legacy computer that you can't switch out for a new one, you could put an SSD drive into the IDE slot and use the SSD drive from there. They've got solutions like that. Need a refurbished computer? They got those too, and a whole bunch more. Whether PC, whether Mac, or even enterprise level with their Jupiter line, which they announced here at NAB. Check it all out. Tell me how it's going to save your Mac by using that hashtag #SaveMyMac over at OWC. Go over to geekazine.com/OWC, geekazine.com/OWC, and find out how you can save your Mac. Now, you also said that you have a built-in editor on this, correct?
We do. You can right-click one of the buttons, open up an audio editor, do cut and paste. It supports VST plugins, so you could equalize, add different effects to it, and it is just very fast, right at your fingertips. And the nice thing about it is the layout is so simple, you don't have to worry about learning something that's very complex. You drag it to a button, click on it to play.
What I like about that is I could be doing, let's say I do an interview, well, I'll do an interview with you, and then we put it into the playlist, and it's like, there's a good point where I want to reference every now and then. Joe from Digital Jukebox says this, and then I can press a button, I can edit it down to that one little bit, and then put it into the cart system, and then hit when I need to, I just hit that button and go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the editor, you could just record the whole interview, go back, take your pieces, and then you can lay them out. Put them on different buttons, stack them in order, and then when you're doing the review, all the stuff is right there. It's Joe said this, and it's at your fingertips, and it's just so straightforward. It just makes it very easy to retrieve the audio.
Price points for the software.
We've got 2 versions of it. One is has all that functionality we described, and it's $345. So $345. And then if you need more like broadcast features, scheduling component, where it'll automatically schedule categories, then that product's $599.
And that's, $5.99 is not too bad, especially for scheduling. Would it be like, cues at 7 minutes or something like that, saying you got to play these commercials? And
The scheduling component, what you do is you build a clock. So you put all your stuff, you categorize it, and then you tell it, put this category here, this category here, this category here. So if for internet broadcasters, for instance, you can define how you want your internet station to sound, or even LPFMs, whatever the case may be. So you come up with a clock, and then it will automatically schedule and fill in from those categories for you.
awesome. Where do people go for more information?
DigitalJukebox.com.
All right. Well, Joe, thank you very much for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you.
There you go. The Digital Jukebox, if you're looking to automate your systems or just have an organization to sound clips or other type of even music, because this is also for a radio station, correct?
Absolutely.
So if you're doing it that way, you've got everything at your fingertips. And one more question: Windows, Mac based?
It's PC based.
There you go. Okay. So if you got a PC base out there, get yourself Digital Jukebox. Jeffrey Powers with Geekazine. We got a lot more NAB video coming your way. Check it out over at Geekazine.com or the YouTube channel over at youtube.com/Geekazine. Don't forget my hashtag, Geek Out.